When you search about the JET program on the internet, you'd easily find articles or sites about the positions available, the contract salary, the contract period, the organizations or sponsors of this program, the roles and responsibilities of each position, as well as the goals and objectives as to why the program was established. On YouTube, you could find videos on the application process, experiences of current and past participants, including some tips and advice to aspiring applicants. So in this video, I'm going to share things they don't tell you about the JET program, especially or specifically being an assistant language teacher or ALT here in Japan. To start with, as an ALT or assistant language teacher, you are not a real teacher. Regardless if you are a licensed or practicing teacher in your home country or you just graduated from the university, your job when you get to the program is assistant language teacher, with emphasis on assistant. So keep in mind that you are not a T1 or the main teacher, but an assistant. Most of the time, you'll just stand in front or at the back of the classroom, waiting for cues from your Japanese teacher partners to transform into a human tape recorder or just a wallpaper. Though some partner teachers would ask you to check essays or prepare worksheets, you are not allowed to grade or to rate outputs or to contribute to the assessment or to the periodic assessment of the students. Next, they don't tell you that you get paid for desk warming. It's true. During season breaks, like winter break, summer break, or spring break, and also during exam days and after the tests, ALTs are still expected to report to work, though they're not expected to do anything because there are no classes. And they don't call you out for doing nothing.
Wow.
As in, none at all. So these are the times of the year when you are, you get to use your precious nenkyus or your paid leaves. Or you can choose to go to school and sit on your desks all day, or find something to keep you busy the entire day because you are saving your nenkyus for your trips abroad or trips to other prefectures. These are also the seasons when past and the current ALTs come up with their wackiest and the wittiest JET program memes. You can actually see these memes in a group page in Facebook. Or for the upper class or the really dedicated ALTs, these seasons or these times are also their opportunity to make or to prepare teaching materials or lesson materials, of which about 70% to 90% they can't actually use during their classes because the JTEs don't approve it, or the JDEs have other plans for the lesson or for the class. Number 3, you don't have bonuses. While the Japanese employees, both in the public and in the private sector, receive their bonuses, annual bonuses, twice a year. So that's one in summer and another in winter. JET ALTs receive not a single yet. That is because technically, we are part-time employees and we don't classify as full-time. Remember, our contracts are renewed every fiscal year. Number 4, you work at schools, but sometimes you're not actually part of the school that you go to. I'm not saying that this is the case for all ALTs, but based on the experiences of some friends and some that I read or heard, this really happens. Like, when everyone else in the staff room is informed about something or is receiving something except the ALT, or when everyone else, all teachers, all school staff, are busy preparing for something except the uninformed ALTs have, or when everyone is dressed up or maybe dressed down for a certain school event or for a certain school activity, but ALT-san shows up inappropriately dressed, because nobody told them. That makes you think that, am I really part of this school? Am I part of the staff? Number 5, you are forced to learn Japanese language. Not to a certain level of JLPT, and not that people force you to study. Your motivation will just come out naturally because you'd want to connect better to your students, to your partner teachers, or to the other school staff, and to your neighbors. So if you start the JET program with 0 level of Japanese, or with, say, a low level of the Japanese language proficiency, after a year in the program, it's impossible to not have learned or gained a little improvement in your Nihongo skills. From daily expressions or conversations to some native level slangs or dialects, I'm sure you'll eventually get used to them. Regardless of how long you'd stay, like 2 years, 3 years, or you go full-fledged unicorn level, 5 years, 6 years, or 7 years, I'm sure you'll get Nihongo Jozu multiple times. Number 6, no SNS at schools. While it may be okay for other countries to have school facilities or faces of students posted online, in Japan, it's a different story because it's not allowed unless it is approved by the school principal. So if you visit public schools in Japan, you could usually see no SNS or no videos, no pictures, signs. But if the principal allows you or permits you to like take pictures of the students or of the school facilities and you post it online, make sure to blur the faces of the students. After all, this is Japan. Hey, you could see a lot of blurred pictures or videos online. So you should get used to it. So yeah, I understand it. Like, it's for privacy's sake. Because in Japan, even children of famous people or of prominent individuals, they go to public schools. So they might be one of your students. So just be careful about it. Or better yet, don't do it. Number 7, Jet love is colorful. I've seen and I've heard how some Jet ALTs found love or bore offsprings or rekindled their past relationships, and for a few, called it quits. This does not only apply to Jet Gaijin or Gaikokujin, to a Nihonjin. It may also be true to like Jet Gaijin to another Jet Gaijin, or a Jet to a non-Jet. So you might want to add lovers in Japan or made in Japan love affair to your list of motivations for applying to JET. And number 8, acid or acid is real. Every situation is different. Your experiences or situations might be slightly similar or the exact opposite of your friends in the program. So do remember that each contracting organization, that is municipal or prefectural boards of education, has its own independent policies and management programs. Additionally, each school or JTE that you work with has their own strategies and styles on how to handle or how to work with ALTs. So not to mention their own styles of teaching, their strategies, their skills also in teaching, and their skills of the English language. And also remember that each teacher has their own individual characteristics and personalities. So how you see things or how you react to situations vary from person to person and from organization to organization. So ECID or ACID is really real. It's really, really real. So these are 8 of the things that they don't tell you about the JET program or about being an ALT under the JET program. So if you are a past or a current JET and you can think of some other things that they don't usually tell about the JET program, please feel free to add them in the comment section. And if you are an aspiring applicant, I hope that this video gives you more sensible information about the JET program or about the program that you are about to be part of. So, thank you for watching. I'll see you again next time.